You know, one thing I like to do is give the Haidas a hard time because they kicked us off Masset Island. And you know what happened? I end up marrying one from out there. We are certainly to have the Hydaburg group with us. And we certainly are. I'm happy that you folks are enjoying yourself much better than last night. So I guess you think you know that tomorrow night is the last night. But anyway, we're running late tonight. Forget about the time. You know, when I was drinking, I never thought about time. As soon as I get to church, I keep looking at the time. So just turn your watches around the other way. Now we're going to have Esther to say a few words. I mean, Helen Sanders, excuse me, Helen. I didn't mean to, so.
Thank you, Tommy. Last night, Patrick Paul talked on my behalf. Although he talked in Tlingit, I knew he was saying something nice about my Tlingit background. Before coming up here, I was quite worried. For 2 years, the senior citizens of Hydaburg have been raising money. We'd give rummage sales, bake sales, bingo, pool tabs, so forth. That's our weakness, pool tabs. And then we had to pay the sum of $5,000 on a new van that takes us to Craig on shopping trips and so forth. And then we had donations. Sealaska gave us a donation, and Haida Corporation, the city, and the IRA. So we were able to make this trip up here to be with you folks. Another thing that worried me was for 3 years, I've been teaching the Haida culture in the school. The first 2 years, Alice and Clara Natkong were my helpers, and this year's Gladys Morrison has been my helper. And we had Haida Day in Hydaburg May 5th, and the children just did wonderful. We found out that the younger they are, the faster they can learn. They knew the songs, they knew the dancing, they knew the stories that they related over the mic. They're little second graders and first graders on up to the high school. We were very proud. And we were in the hopes that they would be a group from the school to come up here. But evidently, the application was a little bit too late to have the JOM fund the program or sponsor the trip up here. So like I explained this morning, us senior citizens, some of us are putting 80, some of us are over 80. And I was wondering, how can we compete with the northern people? Because I've witnessed the doings before. I was very worried. And then when we came, I call him Mr. Ross Sobolov, said they would join us, he and his Haida group, which they have, and I really thank them heartily because they have really made it much nicer for us older ones. And I wouldn't have missed this trip for anything. If you enjoyed the lovely people from Hawaii, their beautiful singing and dancing, it was very wonderful. And then listening to Billy Mills talk, his inspiring talk, I hope a lot of the young people have taken that to heart and get them to thinking. And we just enjoyed listening to his talk. So meeting old friends, making new friends have really been a pleasure to us. And if we make, the older ones make any mistakes tonight, just overlook it, just leave it to old age. This morning I compared us to old fish that try to swim up the creek in the late fall time. The Haida word for that is chin-chin-chingai. That means old fish. They struggle real hard trying to get up the stream, and that's the way we operate now. Thank you.
Sealaska Milgam. Amia. Amia. Sealaska Milgam. Amia. Amia. Sealaska Milgam.
I yell, he
first number is just a short and fast dance, ahu. Another one, fast dance, it's a shaman dance. Next will be another shaman dance, a song by Esther Nix, Frida, and next number is going to be the Dogfish Dance. Now, there's always a reason why a clan adopted a crest, and this one happened out at Masset. In the olden days, there's no outhouses, no bathrooms, so people went down the beach or up the woods to take care of nature. And one evening, a man went down, and he heard a death chant. It seemed to be coming from behind a big boulder, but he remained where he was until he memorized the song. Then he went over to see where the chant was coming from. And here in a puddle of water was a huge shark, and it was in its death throes. So he proceeded to work it out into the water. And he had a hard time because the shark was huge. He finally made it. So he adopted the shark as his clan crest. You know, the Haidas were known as just like Vikings. They traveled long distances. Since they had the biggest canoes out at Masset, they went clear down to the coast of California according to oral history. And many times they were in search of slavery. And this one is about a flathead song. We don't know what the words mean, but it's a flathead song. And it was known that they did have flathead slavery among the Haidas. Next is the eagle dance. We'll have 3 dedication songs, and the first one will be Eslana's Children. So it's Eslana's Children, step forward. This song was composed by a Hydaburg man when his wife left him. And his wife was Eslana's child. So it says that he'd sit by the window, he'd be feeling so bad. And he made it plural. He said Eslana's children instead of Eslana's child, which was his wife. He included all the rest of the Eslana's children. She eventually went back to him. What's the next one? The next one is another dedication song to Yada's clan, originating from Kasan, and there's very few of them. So Yada's children, step forward. Yada's children. In the olden days, ships used to come into port, and they thought it was such a wonderful sight. And this man that composed the song about the Yada's children was comparing them to the wonderful ship that would come in named Alice. And he thought so much of the Yada's children. The next one is going to be a lullaby for Yaklana's children. And that was probably by slave women holding Yaklana's babies and rocking them to sleep. Yaklana's children, step out.
Yeah.
This morning, Tommy Jackson told a story, and it's going to be repeated again this evening, only he's going to have an interpreter, his wife, Mona. Tommy, Mona.
Folks watch us close. Sit down, Gladys.
Shall I say Nida first, or
Yeah. What are you going to talk about?
the same thing you talked about?
Oh.
Those crazy people.
Okay.
Asking haige itkal kialant kan house nan on Sudan sang wadwan las house itland long islaslo anit kulaslo house at kialandan sang di dao itka kialandan awat hagwi gin wadwan angat hausgangan well way jets is again outboard motors come what dangangan what the work was what is it whale stomach whale stomach al astio how with the dan aslu kulga the mano iwanan I'll see how to get kuning glass go wait is dancing sawan it qada hait sigia sis lo latin to hunter one sang adzi kin whale stomach it wants ha what the whale Gawad one dangaske whale ging is swasken hayud at skidang you one a lot is the just Adisnan would eat kiawan Adis say what lo at we loud the geese loyan Ado awata oh ta hagwi ol al qaded with chidalung gangan aslu qaded waji daman wak tatgang highway kuladaskwa alsi sa hagwi os kayanda wasken hitgal is wasken outla qaded with chidalung gangan what it quite will get look at long at gets dance out handing was what little sewer wine quite good lie as good is last little artist that until is that last song what the towel what the highway a gog lal isn't touch away and lal Hawaiian. What she shall wait last hunting was the Sugang and could do an uncolada some Sudayan. Huckster out to guide lies hunting. I did hated what that is last and what how it last school. I don't care how it was low. Did a quick la to get lost in King was gone. What do you get? What one click casket la? What do I don't so in hook? I don't know only song. I don't know ilan song. What do a scarecrow cake good? 100 wagon. I'll go glass get water one no cake go wait nang and sugen. So Tommy will tell it in English now, and he will tell it in better. Okay.
You know, the Haidas have a habit of telling a story real long. Now you listen to me tell that story. Once upon a time, I told this story this morning. I guess some of you had missed it. If there's only two that missed it, I'll tell you. Once upon a time, there were some people that was among those massive people out at Queen Charlotte Islands. And this group of people, all they did was fight, caused a lot of trouble. I guess that was one time the Haidas showed up. This group of people there was just terrible. One day, the Haidas went into council and said, I think we better get rid of these people so we could have peace among us. And so they decided as to what they're going to do. My wife is calling it a whale stomach. It was a sea lion stomach. It was a sea lion stomach. They got a hold of this sea lion stomach, and it blows, you know, and it stretches as more people get in there. And that's what they put this bunch of hoodlums in. And they set them adrift. And there was peace out at Masset. In the meantime, these people were adrift so many days and finally found or felt when they hid, it was solid. They were going back and forth with the waves, and they know it wasn't a place to try and get out. And so they just remained in there and drifted again. All of a sudden, the water got calm, and I could feel when they hit shore again. It was gravel. So they said, let's get out and see where we are. And lo and behold, when they got out, they found a place that was nice and beautiful. And it's still beautiful, and it's the sweetest town in Alaska by the name of Cake, Alaska. That's how they got rid of this man. We got kicked out of Masset. So on the second return, I married one of them. Just for meanness sake. This is the story of Kagan Guan. This is the story. So you can remember who's tough around here. Thank you.
This morning, one of our senior sisters sang us her cocktail song. I don't know if that she had too much or not, but I think she can sing another song. It's about, it was the belief of the people way back that if a fire made a ringing sound, you know, they used to have those open fires in the middle of community houses, that it was a spirit that was trying to communicate with them. And he said, ever he passed away and they heard this ringing sound in the fire, he said, that will be him. And he's talking to his wife. And he said, while she's sitting by the fire, to give thanks, because he's trying to tell her something. Okay, Esther?
This is a song that I'm not going to sing my cocktail song till later. Tlian di taikaslu tsanus talangkatku khul kingang waslu hauslausu di guanskan Dasenal was guansa Dasenal han killa Klian di taikaslu Tsanus talangkatku khul kingang waslu hausausu di guanskan Dasenal was guansa Dasenal han killa Die taulen lasies Sing ayat an killagen gern an Hauensen Nadeln skolas Hauensen Gien itling hahat es das singu Dling kuya kudlas gern an Ging itling hahat es das singu dling an killagen Haua amtuan heslutla Nus handling an kajusang Haua
We have another singer. It's about a Copper Mountain our way is a long, long bay. And at one time there's 1,000 miners living there. And this woman, she was the grandmother to the Edenshaws in Hydaburg. She was paddling across and she was going to turn in. She put her paddle down and she stood up. She hailed, she called real loud. And she was anticipating seeing her lover. She was anxious to see him, and then how much she liked the place too. Tracy Nix.
Good evening. The next song we'd like to do is our participation song. It's called Tlahal, and I think you're all familiar with participation songs. It's a time for you to join in the celebration that we are a part of, and we're pleased to be a part of today. You know, the theme of this is celebration, or the theme of this is survival, and to me, survival is when I look at my elders here, and it's not that they just got by over the years, it's that they're here with us today and to enrich our lives and to give us guidance. So we'd like you to come and celebrate with us now, and we will sing Tlahal, and we invite you to, Woody Morrison used to say it has deep meaning to a lot of people. A lot of them dig deep in their pockets when we sing this song. And we'd like to dedicate the proceeds of this participation song to the Heritage Foundation for this wonderful celebration. This is Tlahal.
Allah, 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 Allah.
At this time, we have a presentation to make, and it will be done by Frida Peel.
The Hydaburg senior citizens want to show their pleasure to Sealaska Heritage, and they'd like to, in addition to the money that was taken in, they'd like to donate $100 of their own money, because it was truly a pleasure to be here and to participate in the Celebration 88. Okay. In addition to all the other pleasures we've had, being able to be here and to participate in a little way, one of the biggest pleasures we had was to see Billy Mills and also the Hawaiian dancers. It's just been truly a pleasure to hear them. So the Hydaburg senior citizens and the other Haidas have a gift for them. And we only feel sorry that we don't have enough for everybody, so we'd like to have one of them come up so we can present it. Like I said, we're sorry we don't have enough for everybody, but we want to take something back to the Hawaiian Islands that was made by the Haidas. And this was truly made by the Haidas. This was made by Grace Wilson. And it's a cedar hat. We've seen some of your handmade things, and they're beautiful, but we think our art is beautiful too. Thank you.
Ganache Chish. How are? We have too many tribes. I don't know which one is doing which. Well, we want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for inviting us here. It's our pleasure to be here with you, to join with you in this celebration. We feel greatly honored, really we do, and we thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts and for this beautiful gift to us. We will treasure it always, and we want to invite any or all of you, if ever you come to Hawaii, don't forget to call us up. Call Kalani and he'll get in touch with us, and we'll get together. We'd like to meet you all again, and hopefully in 1990. Mahalo.
Hawa.
Time is getting short, so we're cutting off quite a few of our numbers. But I didn't introduce the senior citizens this morning, so I'm going to have them come out. There isn't very many of them. And we are very grateful again to Ross and his group. Esther Nix. Tell your clan. Just line up here. Tell your clan.
Oh,
Tell your
Juneau. Oh.
Esther Nix is one of our oldest, not the oldest one, but one of them. And she belongs to the Akalanas clan. And our crest is the double fin. And she got tongue-tied somehow.
I just sometimes I don't know what to say or do, but I will sing my cocktail song for all you lovely people. I know maybe some of you don't like. Hawan hutlai adikula kendanu man makases asigasndaslu klitskwikakan kusla singai chaganu yaklanaski talangwana waskingal tlatskakan ai ala hawan hutlai adikula gendanu wan wakases asigasndaslu klitskwik akan kuslasengai chaganil yaklanaski talangwan waskingan Platskaken, ai, hello. You know, friends, you folks wouldn't believe it, but most of us here come from my dad and his brother, the Morrisons. Most of these ravens here are one family. I'm very proud of them. I got a granddaughter back there, and all of these people are related to me. So I'm not going to teach them this cocktail song.
Esther, just line up. Just line up.
Could we have David Katzik or Paul Marks come up here on behalf of the Heritage Foundation? I think you're going to need both hands, Paul. From the Haida Nation, we'd like to present to the Heritage Foundation the $429 that this loving audience here has donated to this wonderful event. Because you're a man, Paul, we would say, Hawa Kilstlai.
Kulchish, Dachkank, Ross, Sobolov, Ishaha, Tlakahadi Dachkankaha, Tsawaetso, Kulchish, Haida Nation, Kulchish, the Kachuhan, to Achtachke, Kunachau, Johan, Yuke, to Iyachwach Satini. I appreciate every one of you. I appreciate everything that has been taking place here tonight or in the past 2 nights. It's been a very beautiful experience to see all the different faces, to see all the different people enjoying. And I'm sure this money will be used to help defray the cost of the celebration. Once again, Gonalchish, ho ho. Ho ho.
We'll proceed with the introduction of the Haida seniors. Alice Kitkoon. Make it snappy. Just tell your clan what you want. Just tell your clan what your name is. You're a Yardos. Alice is the member of the Yadas clan, and her crest is beaver. Next person, Clara Natcom, please don't get tongue-tied when you come out.
I'd like to say a few
You want to
words.
sing?
My Haida name is Oscar God, and my crest is a bullhead and a frog. So my family came from Sitka. I'm proud of that, and we are glad. But this I'd like to say to you, you that are growing old, don't be afraid of being old. Because in our little village, we have more fun talking about our ailments. We talk about that we always ask each other, how do you feel today? And they say, we have a lot of pills, so that keeps us going. But hello to everybody, thank you.
Next one. She wants to make up for not saying anything. She wants to sing a song for you folks. Alice?
I'll sing a real short one first. And I'm the only elder that never ails. I'm always on a go. Sunyahetu, get along, little doggy, get along. Hawit han di khukta kuskutla wat kengayang klikai skuli kai tlu sandlan kung ali ati kulasti kwasali Hawit han di khukta kuskutla wat kengayang klikai skuli kai tlu sandlan kung alihati kulasti kuasali
We have two ladies that joined us from Masset, and we're very thankful to them for coming clear over here to help us out. And that is Carrie Altazi and Grace DeWitt. Will you two ladies come forward?
And Adrian Wilson.
Who?
Adrian Wilson.
Oh, Adrian Wilson, Grace's granddaughter. You folks want to sing or introduce your crest and your plan? Go ahead. Go. Where's Carrie? Didn't Carrie come? Oh, it just lost this. You too. What's your name?
Adrian Wilson.
Oh, Adrian Wilson. This is Adrian Wilson, granddaughter of Grace DeWitt. No, and they're from the Raven clan. And what's your crest?
Killover.
There's her crest on her back. We're very thankful to both of them for joining us. Okay.
I'll sing a little song. Sing with me.
Go ahead.
Gonna sing a short song. Houtgesnoerd akken die kula ujung. Klietje dan kawens ikanu aan Tlingit kwang sang. Yahoo ali, Yahoo ali. Houtgesnoerd akken die kula ujung. Klietje dan kawens ikanu aan Tlingit kwang sang. Yahoo ali, Yahoo ali. Housle, housle. Thank you.
This is Carrie Altatsi. She was born in Hokan and lived there for a number of years before they moved to Masset. Now, ever so often, she comes and pays us a visit. She'll tell you what clan she belongs to and her crest. Hi.
Dialog.
I'm a raven.
I'm a raven. I'm so glad to be here, and thank, what's her name, Shirley Ginger wrote to me, and I come over here. So I enjoy myself so much here. I guess that's all. So I'll sing to I Allah sing yes is Kaddish wagon in I to cushion the casket.
Let's get it started, huh? Wait, I'll sing with you. Iyai Allah sing yes Kaddish wagas. Iyai Allah sing langan Kaddish. Iyai Allah sing yes Kaddish wagas. Iyai Allah sing yes Kaddish wagas. Iyai Allah
sing yes Kaddish wagas. Iyai Allah sing yes Kaddish wagas.
Okay, that's all.
I'll interpret my song. It means that I'm scared of tonight to be alone here. So many young boys and old people. I guess that's all. Thank you very much.
Haida Day, a second grader, interpreted this song in his own words. Every time we taught them a song, we tell them the meaning of the songs, and this is the way he put it. He said, once out at Masset, there's a lady, she had 2 boyfriends, and one of them was her husband. And that's the way he put it. It was in his own words. One day, she was sitting on a drift log with her boyfriend, and she could feel somebody spying on them. And she knew that it was her husband, and that's why she was scared to go home. Now, this is his words. That's things that we try to tell the children, the meaning of crests, the songs, and we told them all kinds of stories. And Haida Day, they told the stories over the mic in their own words, and we were really proud of them. We have some more elders that came along with us, and now they'll get tongue-tied. There's just a few of us. Last Yesterday, Patrick Paul told the background of my Tlingit side. And on my Haida side, I'm a raven. I belong to the Akalanas clan. And our main crest is the double-fin killer whale. I don't know anything about my German ancestral. I know it wasn't Hitler. I think we'll conclude this, huh? I'd like to... I introduced our drummer this morning, Tracy Nix. She's a great-granddaughter of John Wallace, and he belonged to the Close AD clan. Tracy? And we're very grateful to Yes Hansen's adopted daughter of Vesta Johnson and son. And we're proud of him, and he's really done a good job for us. Yes, Hansens, thank you. I'll ask Mr. Loss to introduce his group.
I'd like to ask the members of the Kaigani Haida Dancers and the Kaigani Haida Society to please step forward in a group and to honor the Haida elders who came and up to be with us, and we were their hosts. Can you step forward, please? See, we just can't say there's not very many of us here in Juneau. We just can't say that anymore. Thank you very much.
A few years ago, we went up to Palmer to participate in a big gathering of tribal people. There must have been over 400 people, Navajos, Oklahomas, Tlingits, Tsimshians, Haidas, Aleuts, Eskimos, and so forth. And everything was done out in the open. And at the end of the performances, they'd form a great big circle, marching 2 by 2, singing. And it just impressed me very much, the words. We know that tribes were always warring on each other, not only in Alaska, but outside too. Now everything is changed, and we're walking side by side. I'd like to sing that for you. I translate it into Haida. You folks that know it, sing it with me. One of these days, one of these days, one of these days, one of these days, we will walk side by side, hand in hand, in this world of our land. One of these days, Tlingit, 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 Gutawanu, Alang istal sang, Gustleit gitskid, Tlangwai un, Itlaka, please Luan. And that's the way it should be. We'll all walk side by side. And now this concludes our evening's performance. Thank you for coming.